Hello, everybody. This is Jennifer Jennings, your intuitive astrologer from the hills of Tennessee. I'm coming at you, and we're going to talk about the Christ consciousness today because this new moon is ushering in an astronomical, an extraordinary amount of psychic creative forces, and we need to talk about it. We need to take a look at what's going on because the babies that are being born right now, I just became a grandmother yesterday. I'm a big mama, even though I'm little, but the babies that are being born right now are very psychic. They have a lot of creative forces. They have the gift of prophecy. They are being born at a very special time. We need to protect them. We need to protect them just like Christ protected us many thousands of years ago to prepare us for this time, for this new age of Aquarius. And he spoke about it and he called it the age to come. He told them, hey, I didn't come for you guys. I came for the age to come. This is what it is all about, guys, is relying on our creative forces that are within us to heal one another. So let's get started. We are going to take a look at Jesus Christ and the consciousness that is sweeping the earth. And this is why, let me just explain to you really quick what it is that is taking place and the reason why so many people are rising in their consciousness. And it is because the palace, as you can see, palace up here at 2334, this is the Christ consciousness that transforms us in this time. And as the new moon approaches in Aquarius, this is where our values, because Christ is within us and we are rising in this higher state of energy that is sweeping the planet. And this energy has everything to do with why Christ came and why he rose with the Father and then came in for the coming of age. And the age to come is what Christ talks about. And this age to come is now here. We are transiting into the age of Aquarius, and it's a great time to be alive. There are a lot of us that we have different journeys. We have different journeys in the future, but it's all basically the same. And we are rising to express our divinity and create unity in diversity. And so even though we are all different and we are all expressing our divinity in different ways and in ways that may make other people uncomfortable, may make other people think that it's not a raising type of consciousness, that they are stuck in a darkness. But see, the darkness also unites. And so we can learn a lot by looking at the Christ consciousness and what it wants to teach us, because the time is now. It's a perfect time of reflection with our health and who it is that we trust with our health. And so without further ado, let's get started. Let's read this chart once again. I have to bring it to you guys because it's so pertinent for our time right now. When he rises at 14 degrees and 50 seconds, and he immediately comes in and meets Venus. Venus is the underworld. She can take you down through there with love into the underworld. And she teaches us a lot about ourselves. Love, the vertex, usually will create such an intense experience. And it's a reflection of who we love. Who we are is a reflection of everyone that we see. Everyone that we see in our outer world, including the universe, the sun, the planets, the asteroids, the supernovas, the solar flares, everything is to teach us and show us what it is that we are, who we are, and what is within each of us. Everything on the outside is a projection of what is within. It's a magical state. It's a magical time to be alive. And I'm so excited to be able to bring this to you guys today. Now you can see the new moon in Aquarius and the sun will be at 2316. Eris, the sister of Mars, will be at 2332. And so these 23s are going to hit Jesus' palace. And this gives us a wake-up call. We are being woken up. We are being woken up with this consciousness of Christ about the future of Aquarius and how we can release this burden, use our wisdom to communicate with one another about God and our relationships with the poisonous medicine that are not working out for us, because this Virgo energy is in opposition of the Piscean energy, and it brings us death. It does not bring us closer to God. It brings us death of faith, because we are not using faith to heal one another. And these transits, as you can see, these two are in conversation, and there is a warring that's happening. And this warring goes to his co-ascendant. And that is what I'm reading to you right now. This co-ascendant is Mars. This is the ego. This is the head. This is where we have a head wound. And this wound is what he is wanting to heal us with in this coming age of Aquarius. As you can see, Venus is at 2829, and the polar descendant is at 2829. Polar opposite type of communication that's going on. These are doorways. This is a doorway of love that is communicating through me to you. And this 29 degrees with this mental gnosis is hitting Christ's nodes. I want you to see this, guys. It is hitting his nodes. 1638, 1638. Jesus taught us how to heal with the magnetic field of his energy, using the earth's resources to transform and to shake people up, to show us the way in the Aquarian age. And this 622 is shaking up our health. Our health is being shaken up because we are not relying on God. We are not relying on ourselves, our faith, our healing abilities. Who we truly are has been clouded. It has been hidden from us who we really are, and how this zodiac healer, this Scorpio energy, is very strong. It's very strong right now, y'all. And it's supposed to be teaching us with Selena. Selena is in this house of health, wanting to teach us about Christ's love, our relationship, okay? Our relationship with Christ is what he was teaching us then for now. This dark moon, Lilith, the sibling, Lilith is going to bring us this darkness that will empower. We will turn the darkness around and we will empower. And that is what this midheaven is showing us. And that God's will is going to be done at this 1 degree. There is going to be a mental warring. There is a mental warring right now, because all of the towers, all of these towers that are surrounding our planet, the satellites that are surrounding our planet are giving us this surge, this mental, electric, magnetic surge to our magnetic field. And we can use this darkness, this dark time, to empower one another and to remind each other that there is a Christ that is in us. It will bring us a shakeup to balance. It's supposed to teach us. It's wanting to teach us about life and death and love and time and transformation with this poison, with this sickness that we are constantly being injected with and think it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. And Christ shows us what we really need to do, what we need to focus on. The focus is on the future, the government, and the way that they have enslaved us. We can see that there are numbers that are matching Christ's numbers. This is an important time to be alive, to be on the earth. And we are all here to usher in the rise of the spirit of truth. This wound, guys, this wound in Chiron is to teach us about the magnetic field, the electromagnetic spectrum that we are being surged with. These dark emotions, this magnetic field gives us an intense experience that we really need to learn from. Teach our relationships about this higher consciousness that Christ gives us the moment that we decide to come to the earth. We take on a sacrifice. This sacrifice is a 3-3-3. This is also Vesta in Francis Bacon's birth chart. He was divinely guided for this time to show us that there is darkness that can actually unite us as well. That our health is not dependent on man trying to fix, manage, and control what he doesn't even understand. We rely on the unseen, guys. We rely on the ether. We rely on our breath. We rely on our faith. We rely on Christ. His midheaven in Scorpio brings a weight, this weight of 8-11. And this is where Selena wants to teach. This is this energy of Selena wanting to teach about our relationship that can be a devouring emotional energy at home, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. You look at Christ. We can look at Christ and we can understand that his story is our story. What he did, we can also do. And what he said that he did, that we can do, we're going to do greater. That's what he meant. It was not a lie. It was not for show. It is not everything that was taken out of context was meant to be taken out of context. Everything that was edited in the Bible was supposed to be edited. There is nothing that is happening, that has happened, that will happen, that is not divinely guided. There is a bigger wound than what we can really see, that what we are really a part of. And this wound is being shaken up in our government, with our time, everything and anything that has to do with this Capricorn house. Because there's something that's hidden. And this 26 wants to teach us about what is hidden. This head wound, we have a head wound. And it has to do with the way that we connect to one another, and the way that we treat one another, the way that we heal one another, and our superhuman abilities that have been dumbed down as if
there is no ability whatsoever except relying on our government to take care of us because they care for us. Yeah, right. They do not care at all. These are the same type of people that killed Christ. This is the same type of people that killed Christ. And this future magnetism of healing, using the magnetism, the electromagnetic field of your own body to heal another person, cannot come about when you are scared of them and you are staying away from them. This wound is being shaken up. And it's with this higher Christ consciousness that is going to bring the justice. And the sun in the future will bring us an intense experience, and that is what we are getting ready for. This 1703, our nodes today are at 1703. This time, guys, is crucial. Palace brings the wake-up call and teaches us about transformation, death, rebirth, and the rising of the phoenix. Cupid in Pisces wants you to have the poison of God and to remember who you are and to let go and be at one with this Piscean energy and know that you're loved and to release that mental burden because he is in us and we are in him. And we can heal this head wound. We can heal one another by meeting this node and becoming the true scorpion healer, just like Christ showed. And we're going to meet this mark in Pisces, and it's critical that we do. Because this emotional, devouring energy has got to close out. This moon, this reflection of that brings the justice. With the enslavement of our time at home. And this enslavement of our time at home is shown with Selena. Fire energy. We've been here before. We have been here with Christ before. And we have to remember. And Selena wants to teach us about the enslavement and the importance of this vertex in Scorpio. I have it. I have a vertex in Scorpio. And it's all about death and rebirth and regeneration. And this is in the house, the fifth house, where the sun rules. And it brings us wisdom about Apollo. It also brings us a balance for the future. And the balance for the future is something that Christ came for. He came for the age to come, the age that we are in now. The age that we are transiting into is all about this love, the breath, and being there for one another and healing them with the magnetism, the resources. Because this low point with Cupid is felt, and the energies over the next few weeks are going to be astronomical. It's going to be so much fun to see and watch how this all plays out, because there is a justice, there's a balance that is taking place with our health. And as long as we rely on mankind, and what Christ died for is to raise this planet, its consciousness, and to create a heaven on earth without death, without sickness. And the only way that we are going to do it is in a collective manner by rising in this higher state of awareness. So as you are being shaken up and you are being given guidance Take the guidance. Get out of your comfort zone. This is a defender of justice. This is the defender of seeing all the sides and seeing the bigger picture. Death is not real. We are projecting our reality here, and we are raising this planet. And this is what Christ came for, is for this time to show us that we are moving into the age of Aquarius. This age to come is where his values were. This entire house where his sun is in a house of Aquarius. Even though these energies are Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries, this is an Aquarian home. His values were based on the Aquarian age. And this is why we are all here right now to heal this wound, this head wound, with the enslavement of the governing bodies who lie, who hide, and we need to learn. And we're going to learn. Over the next several years, we are going to see a lot of changes on the earth, with our government, with our friends, with our values, and it's meant to happen. Everything is meant to happen because there is a time and a place and a season, and we are in the season of Aquarius. Rely on the Christ in you, because this Christ in you will heal you, will show you things that are beyond your imagination and your comprehension. But there are a lot of people that will bring you some diverse, grandiose ideas. Watch out for the grandiose. Don't be fooled. Know what you know about magnetism, the electromagnetic field of your own body. Turn the TV off, get connected, and heal. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. I will be back very soon. Peace out.